Satellite images show China may be using closed civilian airports to launch Taiwan overflights.
Here's a summary of the article.
Melbourne, Australia. China is likely using an unused civilian airport just across the Strait of Taiwan to conduct its overflights near the island, with satellite imagery on different occasions showing military aircraft parked on the ground that correspond with Taiwanese military reports. China's KQ-200s have been the most common aircraft reported by Taiwan crossing into its ADIZ. The type is operated by the PLA Navy's Air Arm. The nearest known units operating the platform are regiments based at Dachang in Shanghai to the north and at Shanghai on the southern Chinese island of Hainan on the fringes of the South China Sea. In addition to the above occasions, low-resolution images of the old civil apron showed between 1 and 3 aircraft there since the middle of 2020, suggesting these deployments began at least that early. While not definitive, the reports by the ministry and the presence of similar types at Shantou Weisha on corresponding days as well as their flight tracks in and out of the zone suggest the airbase is used as a convenient jumping-off point by PLA aircraft into Taiwan's ADIZ. The use of the base not only shortens transit times into the zone but also enables the PLA to attain faster access to and conduct training and/or patrols over the southern part of the Taiwan Strait, the northern part of the South China Sea and the Bashi Channel. These rotating detachments at the base are in addition to the single PLA Air Force aircraft unit resident at the base, which is believed to be operating the Chengdu J-7E interceptor. The base, which is also a civilian airport, has seen regular rotations of electronic warfare and surveillance aircraft based on the Y-8 and Y-9 airframes, including the KJ-500 airborne early warning aircraft. China sent a record 149 PLA aircraft into the zone between October 1 and 4, coinciding with China's National Day on the 1st of the month. Depending on their flight profile, Taiwan either issues verbal warnings, scrambles interceptors or activates ground-based air defenses in response to the Chinese aircraft.
This post received a score of 3,800, with an upvote ratio of 89%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
IDKY They're saying it's only since October 2020, this airport has been hosting military flights for its entire existence. For information, this airport was originally a military airbase in the first place. With the increase in flights, and the need for better infosec with how the PLAAF has been modernizing, sharing the airport was not going to work. So they built a new airport exclusively for commercial traffic, and now the old airport has been returned to being exclusively a military airbase.
How are propaganda going to work if we constantly have informed Redditors breaking the narrative? I have an idea, we call them shills. Ha, problem solved. Propaganda works nearly regardless of facts. Because the cost of debunking is way higher. It costs of a lot of effort and, most importantly, is not as eye-catching as propaganda. And #X200B. For those who want a counterattack, just launch propaganda against it rather than debunk it. If you try to find such a pattern, you'll find that's how the elephant and the donkey fight against each other. All of what you said is true, we're fucked, aren't we? The recipe is critical thinking enabled through education and strong, vivacious communities. Propaganda cannot penetrate into any individual who is thoughtful and has a healthy skepticism. Propaganda cannot penetrate into communities where vulnerable individuals can relate with stable, sound companions to dispel the false ideas and incorrect notions that were handed to them by the propagandists. You don't play whack-a-mole and attack the propaganda.
You have to deplatform bad actors. No education or harm reduction can help if the bad actors can still have privileges to act in bad faith.
I see less news about China against Taiwan on Taiwanese news than I do on Reddit.
I've never seen so many articles about China and claimed as news.
Actual headline. China is using one of its own airports to launch its own planes into international airspace.
But at what cost? I've noticed how articles about China are often written as China maybe, China could be, China allegedly.
China allegedly having planes take off from airports.
Seems believable after earlier revelations that they hide their submarines in the ocean.
China is literallt genociding the deserts by planting billions of trees.
This fucking website is literally called Defense News.
Defense News? Fully trust them. They don't seem to have any reason to manufacture consent.
Interestingly, they have a community that reads them who would stop reading them if they were bullshitting.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.